Hi, everybody. Happy Fairy Friday. Metaphysical Mama. How's everyone doing? Thanks for coming and hanging out. We love Fairy Friday. I think from what I gather, peeking through like the views and stuff, it seems to attract most attention. Um, and plus, I'm not always great at titling things because I never know what I'm going to be talking about, or anytime I try to make a title of anything, person, like whatever, it, whatever, So I'll try to be a little bit better at that, or maybe go through some old videos and retitle them, after I listen to them. I really don't listen to them, after I put them out. So anyhow, welcome, Metaphysical Mama. Please like, subscribe, and you know the deal. Hit the bell and all that fun so that we can, you know, it really helps to, add your energetic connection. Because everything is energy, right? It's metaphysics channel. So we talk about a little bit of everything and nothing. A lot of things don't seem to make logical sense a lot. Because we're just right swimming through currents and waves, the airwaves, right? The waters, um, the collective conscious, unconscious, right? The stuff that we're all going through and what have you. So it can go from anywhere from nursery rhymes to right political events to longitudes and latitudes like it did yesterday and stuff to right snowflakes, and somehow eventually it all makes sense. So bear with me, enjoy the ride. Again, happy Fairy Friday. That helps make a lot of sense, as far as fairies, and I'll just help make a lot of sense. I don't know what the hell I'm just saying, but um, you know, well, it's like wild fairies, supernatural, Freya, Friiyyay, Venus. Today is December 17th, so happy December 17th, as far as right. And supposedly we're in the year 2021, although I don't believe that at all. But anyhow, right, a 5 year. So today's December, I almost said 8th because 17th, 8th. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Today's an 11 day. And 5, 6, 7. If we include the year, or 7, 11, super cool. 7, 8, 9. Wait, 5, 6, 7. What am I saying? Yeah, 9. Hold on a minute. 5. I just totally fucked my own head up. Wow. My brain just went to 3. It's December. I'm sorry. My brain. I'm going too quick to catch up with my. Please, Eddie. uh, December. So 1 and 2 is 3, and then today is the 17th, which is the 8. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 day, and then 5. So 5, 6, 7 is a 7. All right, 7, 11, 7. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have the famous knock at the door when we start. Please excuse me. Hold on. Later, Myra. Makes me look like I'm a spoiled brat. I promise I'm not. At all. I hope everybody, big and small, best I can. I love, just to give a little, this is pine. I love balsam fir, and when I had ordered sage and what have you, I got some of this as well. And this is the like the pine. Oh my gosh. If you right, smell a vision, smells so good. So also thumbnail, anybody familiar with, I hope as I love Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Ugh, I forgot, not that I forgot about her, but I kind of did for quite a while there. 313. She's such an amazing fairy artist and artist period in general. Um, Gosh, I love her. So I hope she's not offended. I hope, I hate when I like, to use other people's things sometimes on thumbnails and stuff. I never know. It's okay. I always feel bad. And I know sometimes, it's like on my channel, I have like, it's like copyright claim because I'll play music because I'm not, what's the word, monetizing or anything. I don't have any, I'm not charging. I don't charge anything. I'm still not doing any, I don't do personal readings. I will say, just as a disclaimer, quick too, I'm very clearly aware that, like, right, I've been hacked, right, or have a virus, right. So we've all been hacked. 606 just passed. So, but I got, some more, which I had awareness, but I think, and I still don't know for sure and where and how, because how many different deep dark web rabbit holes are there? And, I don't go on there, guys. I don't do any, I have no, it's like I don't even, and I'm not judging anybody else either, okay? But when we feel as empaths that things ain't quite right and people are using our energy and information. And, for me, if you're familiar with my channel at all, I briefly talk about my personal stuff because that's what it's very important. Let me say something. This is how we heal. I don't mind putting my shit out on the table because I don't have anything to hide. Okay. Because what we go through as a personal individual, our experiences and challenges, right? They can seem like the most impossible things at the time that we're going through them, right? Like we're never going to get out of them. Horrible, horrible. We don't understand. We don't understand why. We can't understand why things keep happening over and over, or why we feel so stuck, or how come every time we try to, right, put a good deed, then it's like it's like, or the things that we don't have control of, or the pain and the harm and the hurt that we go through. So are those happy things? No. But are they necessary in our lives? Yes. Do our challenges and does our pain make us stronger individuals, right? Hunters and gatherers of information and experience, so that we are able to share our struggles, our strength, the tools that we've become, right, aware during the process to use. Can you see the tools that we use? I mean, right here's a tool. Everything's a tool, right? Everything's energy. So, right, knowledge is power. That's one type of current that contains energy, right? Currents travel in many different directions and flows. So sorry, I don't want to get so sidetracked. I know it's very Friday, but it's very important that what we're discussing right now, because it's in a collective. So we're gonna get into fairies, absolutely, and I might even pull out some Grimm's fairy tales, because it was eyeballing me. We'll see. So, but yeah, no, it's very important, guys. This is how do we heal? You can't take a pill or a shot and pretend things aren't happening. We also don't have to freak out about them and listen to the first negative thoughts and feelings we're all having, because this is the problem when, right, us as adults, and we all have this, right? We all are part of this disease. We all freak out when we don't feel good or when we're scared, right? Or we thought we had an expectation and we were trying really hard because we're very passionate about what we do. So we put so much effort in, not because we're bad, because we're good and we really do want to see good, but then we can get disappointed. So how we handle disappointments within ourselves, right? Of ourselves, of others, right? Don't we beat ourselves up so easily the most? And our children deserve better. We deserve better. We are the children, right? We're all children of God, right? And God is within every inch that we see and don't see inside and outside of our so-called, right, skin, the living organism. It is pretty magical how we exist, however that is, right? Just being grateful, having an attitude of gratitude, just to even, it's like whatever it is going on. How grateful are you to be here? I'm grateful for you being here. So thank you for being here. You know, we're pretty fucking, like, we're amazing. Look how, look, like, again, you know, I'm a struggler gardener. I'm not good with the living things. Hint, hint. My disappointment set up from like 2 years, but he is sticking with me. It looks beat and burnt and battered. However, look, she's so strong. She's still spurting little new life. How amazing is that? To truly think about stuff like that. I mean, to slowly think about, like, my little cutie fairy, little oh gosh, what's like little funny Donnie fairy, little cutie booty. A friend gave this to me a while back, and she protects my window and my plants. You know, so how amazing how we grow, how we grows with us. We came out of another grew to the size that we are, the same skin. Isn't that like weird and cool, magical? When it gets cut, harmed, it let back together. Magical, amazing. 13. We're, oh, what happened to, interesting. You know, again, being grateful for what we are, whatever that, and all we know is a smidgenery. You know, I never forgot because he's very high. So he comes masculine. He's coming from super high into perspective. So sometimes, right, divine feminine is trying to communicate masculine. It's like a lot of the time, it's like coming through and we try to talk and it's like it's like I always think of go dog go. I said this, it's like, okay, it's like goodbye, and they like go scooting off. And so it's like every time they go by each other, it's like, yeah, not quite right yet, right? It's not quite right yet. Yeah, whatever. Like, or when we're younger, and it's like, right, boys are like, ew, I don't like girls, and we're like, ew, not like that, right? Right, like, and then all of a sudden we start developing feelings or crushes on one another, rather girl boy, girl boy boy, however, blah 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 blah, right? Right, the feelings and the experiences are what we're capturing in the moment in order to birth and grow our soul, right? Our bodies, the multiple bodies that we carry, right? We walk around, we see our physical body, right? With our five senses, right? We can experience touch and right and like what it feels like how about the difference between touching on your skin, right? A pinch or what have you, right? Something that's a little too hot and right, where does hot and cold begin and all that. Right. And then how does it also feel when you have like right the best hug from someone you love, right? How does it feel when someone that's a little creepy tries to like hug you or is touching you and like right? It's like okay, right? And sometimes we try to be nice. And we're like, oh, okay, because we don't want to end it. But it's like, or it's yeah, it's like right because they have an intention or they're like it's like wanting to grab your right. So that it's like a very right sexual harassment. It's so what body is that trespassing upon? Besides the physical one, if you don't want to be touched, but if it when we're feeling uncomfortable in a situation, in a moment, right? How do we behave? And it depends, right? Because sometimes we have to right pick our battles. And a lot of right, I'm not men bashing. Men, I love you all. Girlies, I love you all. I love literally everyone and everything. And it's like, what I don't love is, right, lies, manipulation, harm, cheating. You know, it sucks. Does it feel good when it's done to us? No. So I truly do my best to not put others in that kind of position because it doesn't feel good. So when things aren't matching up, when somebody's lip service isn't matching with the feeling and the intention that's coming out, right? The energy isn't all together, right? It's like playing the drums, having all these different instruments, but everybody's playing a different song, right? Or most everybody's playing the same song, but one person in the band done got that shit fucked up and they're playing the wrong song. So you can hear that it's like, all right, it's like, right? Booth movers with the square. Interesting. That truck just caught my eye. I don't know why I had to put 3 squares on the oh my on the blah, 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 title. Okay, let's get into the fairy reading. So thanks for listening to all that blibber blabber. 18 minutes in. Let the fairy games begin. And sorry, my little plant here looks like it needs this little piece removed. It needed it. See, the dead little stick was taking up space, taking up energy on the living part. So that's important too. We're going through a big death and rebirth cycle right now. So yeah, let's see. My nose is itching. Not about. I don't know if you guys are all experiencing also a lot. Just to tap quickly before we get into the fairy, make sure you rest. Okay, you are important. Your energy matters, right? This is the mother of all matter, mother of all demons, the body that we're in, right? Originally, we cut, right? Like, right? Well, some of us, right? This is when we get into triple dark goddess and right, well, and Lilith and Adam and what have you. Right? This gets into a lot of different, there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of third wheeling, a lot of envy, a lot of, right? These things are all like, right? What do we still, right? What's original sins, right? The feelings that we all feel in the skin that we're in, and we can't quite interpret them. We're just right? We've been going through the human right experiment, right? So now we're awakening to right, like Munchkin Land, right? Fairies, You have a fairy godmother? That's what I was saying. Just made me thinking that she's like all crazy, like, but no, it'll come to me. She like kicks his ass. Fairy. Anyhow, sorry, my brain. The pictures I see in my mind, they like flash flicker, go through. So we kind of see like if you ever go like on a ride like the Scrambler, and they sometimes have like right mirrors in there, and like it's all like flashing lights, and you're moving around and all. It's like great. So it's like and everything's flashing like strobe lights, or like if you're in a, it's like that's kind of how I see channeling. So that's the best way I can describe why I bounce around a lot. It's like being on a merry-go-round or a carousel with right flash lights. So it's like cosmic surfing, and then it's like we dive into the deep, deep, deep waters, and then we're like in Atlantis over here, and then it's like oh into the atmosphere, and we just become kind of all, and it's like oh wait, and over there is a unicorn, and like it's like mask, and then it's right virus, repeating narratives. So all this different stuff comes together because like when everything is right, everything's in the water, everything is everything, right? You know that Hill song, everything. That was a long song, man. I can't get the beat. Is everything what will be will be. Mm-mm. Anyhow, I got this going on in the background. I love that song. We'll have to, I don't do that. I didn't do that any justice. But Lauryn Hill, everything is everything. Lots of different songs going through my head today too. I BB King. I just went for a little walk before I came on, and what's the name of that song? Oh, I love it. I always forget the name of it. It's like I don't even know your name, but I love you just the same. So anyhow, those are the first two lines of it. But that was going through my mind earlier as well. Um, so what else? Because you know, fairy sprites, supernatural, lots of messages coming through, and we are really going. We're being birthed. Poor Uncle Papa Joe is actually like hallucinating literally next door for the last like 3 days. He's literally seeing apparitions and shit. So if you're seeing things, you might be part of the right octopi, cephali, seti, the whale crew, octopus, right, Geppetto, old school archons, different, right, again, octopus crew. So if you're feeling a lot like hard to breathe, the atmosphere is changing. Okay, so different species that we're all in physical skin in, okay, are going to have different effects going through this viral communication breakdown, right? This hijack of timelines, but it's not really like, just don't let all that words and stuff freak out. I mean, we're going to say the negative things first because it's like, and then it's like, okay, so now we have all these other ways to look at it though, and that's metaphysics. Taking something that has like right making us feel right like a pirate or like some kind of right fucking asshole in some manner or form. Okay, we're being driven by the gut, the solar plexus and under, right, the underbelly. We're being driven right by the fisher of man, the old man of the sea, or the little baby, or I knew it. Right. So it's like the right Cyrus. So we're being pulled by right umbilical cord. If we're it's like so being driven by gut, lust, desire doesn't mean again bad. How can you know anything else if you're coming right? Ain't nothing new under the sun. This is the solar plexus, right? Everyone, just because it's not, they made me do it. Made me do it. I'm not like right, everyone. They make me sound very sarcastic a lot of the time, just for shits and giggles. So just to be real clear, because a lot of people sometimes, not a lot of people that have, right, 333, issue with themselves, not me, right? Because when we react as people, it's because something inside is, right, creating a negative toxic reaction, right? It's like a virus. So an atom is right, we're getting agitated, something's like, or we're getting lit up, right? Or electrocuted, right? Or the words that we use literally change the molecular structure, right? This is more fairy magic, but it's also science and real. So this is all like ties in together still. Fairy Friday still here and exists. we're still in it. 333. All right. So, right, literally though, every word that we speak or think, every vibrational thought we have, whether it's actually a word or not, right, creates different forms of energy, right? Different that we can't see. So we're constantly sewing and weaving and, right, conducting and playing, right? Let me be an instrument of that peace, right? Or Jehovah Shalom. I didn't know yesterday. It's like that means I am peace. I'll do another video about that after to get into more metaphysics and the words, and we'll start doing more videos on those like specific things that are coming up, because I always love to. I have so many of them saved and that I do personally, but I'm not always guided to share that quite yet, I guess. So, but now, well, we'll see. I don't want to speak on it and then about that. But yeah, I do want to speak on it because I want it to happen. It's like look up any biblical verse, word, name things metaphysical meaning to it. Look up the metaphysical meaning, because you're going to be in it's very right. Read the regular biblical term, look maybe in also like right like Hebrew Bible, or like right another, look at a few different forms, right? Knowledge is power. So we want to be able to shift and change our thoughts and our feelings into more multiple values, not get stuck on stupid and keep right getting just in negative, like, oh, they did to me, and that's our Adam and Eve and our stupidity, right? Just our human, and we're not stupid. It's just the words. It's like same as being an alcoholic, a drunk, a drug addict, because it's the same thing. It's alcoholism, right? The children of Adam, Eve is Cain. So the first negative thought and feeling, the negative Adam and Eve that goes shooting out, that's our original sin. Don't want to travel, let that be, right? That's the first John. Same with Prometheus, so right, same one, that silver, right? Noah. So it's like Noah. Why is Noah the flood? He's out there, right? Out there. We have to bring Cain back in. Cain turns into Noah. Right, out in the ocean. So we want to allow that energy to come back in, right? We don't want to leave our son, abandon our son, our boy out there. It's like, wait, come back in. We have more thoughts to play with here. Like, right, again, I'll say my right, Kevin, a friend of mine, once shared with me a long time ago, and I've shared this with all of you. And this is a story that's been passed down through generations, so I forget where it comes from. Then in many, right? So right, and it's like a father has however many children, 8 children, and so he has each of his children take a stick and break it over their knee, right? And you can do this with paper too. How many pieces of paper can you rip, right? So, but each can break a stick easily. So it's fun, and everybody's like, tries to break it, feels tough, and we all get to have a little challenge, right? As children, how do we learn morals and lessons? Right? When people take time to tell us a story and show us things at the same time, so that we're incorporating and engaging and part of the lesson, and we have to think, right? And be playful and use our imagination. Are we too old to do that as adult? Like if we're right, how much do people pay to go to school? But you can do this right in your own temple, and then we again have beautiful tools or schools or other things, but how much are they, right, the charge, and then to cause more and then and what's being taught, what's being taught in all the systems of capitalism and the systems and the force and the institutions, what's being fed. We're gonna get into that too. It's gonna be a whole nother reading because I have like the poisonous tree brought up, and right, again, pharmacadia, right, poisoning the waters. Anyone that's toxic, having toxic thoughts and that's poisoning not only their waters with their thoughts and feelings, but also anyone they're around, all of ours, etc. Right? It's like when someone, right, farts and it stinks in a room. It's like, okay, well, can you see that? But sometimes it's right, you could really smell it, right? So it's like, so is it bad? It may smell bad. So is it like demon? Do we attack the invisible fart? I mean, this is really how I'm seeing so many at this point. Like, so getting back to the stick story, which I got into this again because, right, being politically correct, words get used. Why? Because they try to keep people separated and apart. They want to conquer and divide. The devil and Satan want to conquer and divide. Jezebel, incubus, succubus, conquer and divide. Anybody else feeling all that? So anyway, whatever. They're just lost and they're sad and in a lot of pain and haven't gone through what they need to go through, right? Up through the vein, right? So it's all good. It's like, don't let them bother you. Keep doing what you need to for you. Okay? Don't become one of them. Don't let somebody else hold you down. And I know it's really hard right now because I feel it too. This is why we're talking about it. Don't allow anybody to break you. Okay? Break your spirit. It's okay. And it's okay to feel broken. Just know that you're not, okay? It's okay to feel that way. I've fallen to pieces numerous times. It's okay, right? You got to give yourself permission to feel what you're experiencing and going through. You're not alone. Getting back to the stick. So a father has each child break the stick over their leg, and it's a big competition challenge. Everybody has a turn. So then he gets, right, same amount of sticks, and has everybody put their sticks together in a bundle. And he ties them all together, right, like this. And then that's called a faggot. So getting into the words and what people use. Now, ancients have this story in their mind because it's been passed down through time. And a faggot is a bundle of sticks that's unbreakable because all together we're unbreakable. Right? But others can use words they have it, especially in the past, right? So what words are being used now? I joke around a lot with the thought, and thought, and da, da, da. But listen, it's like Lilith and Eve, we're all birthing together this whole big family. There's no ever false intention or like nasty shit coming really truly from me, not from my heart. I have to play with things in a nasty, shadowy way, right? Which is, I have to, but that's what I do. That's how it comes through a lot of the time. So it's like, right, I acknowledge my right light, and then, but I also acknowledge my shadow side, right? So the dark is what burns the light, but then we have a shadow, which sometimes is out of sight, right? Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, again, still in the fairy well. We're still here in fairyland. Oh, Lord. See, they got me going on a different tangent, but it's okay because it's all good and we're in the now, and this is just what's up, and that's how it goes. You know, I don't pick it. I just swim through it. So that's part of, right. Just keep swimming. That is part of the letting go of control. I may think I want to talk about a certain thing, and then as I go, I get taken in many different directions. So whatever needs to come out and through does. And if it makes sense right now or doesn't to you, that's okay too. That's why I always says kindly always take what resonates and leave the rest, because we don't have to worry if it's wrong, right, da da da, right? As you're putting a jigsaw puzzle together, okay, you're trying, you first, maybe we do like, right, the border and what have you, but it takes a long time before we see any part of the picture where it's making sense. We're just putting little pieces that fit together and trying to, right, the micro, these little things, these little, looking for the same shade, right? So, but we have a picture to go off of, right? Generally, we'll have a box that has, right, like a picture on it. So it's like, okay, so we know the picture that we're making as we're putting the puzzle together. Sometimes we don't though. Have you ever bought like puzzles at a tag sale? It's like the total fucking surprise box. And it's like has this. I don't know how this is ever gonna happen because you don't even know what the hell you're. You don't know what colors are going where. You don't know what you're making. That's a super challenge, right? Anyhow, can you tell I've done that? Or attempted at least. I can't say I've done it and finished it and conquered it. Nope. But anyhow, again, when we put life into perspectives and the natures where we find what's relative, right? Like Einstein said, right? E equals mc squared. What does that mean? I had this for a long time. Now, do you see this, right? And key, and key, and key. So this little cell, egg, etc., right? This little bzzz, right? Inside the ankh, right? It's just kind of like a body. Like if I'm standing right with my arms out, right, in my head, right? We got alpha, beta, kappa, delta, right? Theta, how many brain waves, I have books on this too. So, right, how many brain waves do we have that go through our head and in our brain, right, that our brain is absorbing? Our brain is like a sponge, especially when I was baby, right? Little baby, right? They're absorbing everything. So are we. Our eyes are always recording, right? Like computer, we're like a walking quantum computer, right? Recording all the time, whether we know it or not. That's what we were created and made to do throughout space and time, right? And think of things more so, right? Like a Polaroid picture. So, like negative, positive, black, white. Get the fucking skin color out of your fucking mind, out of sight. That doesn't mean shit. Everything is vibration. Lost tribes. Stop thinking. Don't let the words, like we were just talking about, right? That a bundle of sticks together is called a faggot. That's not right. So now, do people use that word in a negative manner and call other people names to make them feel not good about themselves? Have they done that for a long time? Yeah. And then why? Right? Why? Adam, right? The chromosome. Why? When, right? Why does, right, the thought, or if it go and made, why have we made up these things throughout, right, space and time? The words, the different meanings, the different ways of using them, etc. And I'm only speaking in American, right, English right now. How many other ways do we say a same word in a different language and it means something completely else? Right, so let's not get confused with our skin colors and whatever. This is where, right, pretend we're all walking around with a sheet on in the dark. Oh, that just sounded horrific. Ooh, literally though. Okay, right? So that's, or right, we're walking whatever color sheet you want it to be. I could give a fuck. Again, this is why is everybody wearing a mask? The mask, we've all been wearing a mask for so long. You ever see the movie Mask with Jim Carrey? That was on the other night, right? So figures of speech to express, again in the war, that one of the first, the brain war, are those pictures to express how, right, what we go through, because that's right, mythology is on the opposite side of the coin of history. Again, that's Nephthys and Set, where right, again, so no good, it's just what we all are, right? So others though, right, decide to go rogue and make deals and try to, right, and so whatever, it's like two, maybe scientifically you wanted to see if that worked and what have you, and yeah, so did it work? How you feeling right now? How's it, how's it working? Because I see a lot of disturbed people panicking, right? The pandemic, panicking, trying to figure out a way to make everything go back and be a-okay and keep trying to, right? It's like grabbing the, right, like stirring the pot and making it, right? So it's like, wow. And how many beings are experiencing nasty reactions from all those vaccines? And I could give a fuck. They don't like that I'm like sprinkling shit on their fucking money scheme. Not my fucking problem. I don't feed people bullshit and then try to hand them a tic tac and say, now you're gonna be all better, but come back, right? And charge them all this money and then make it, right? Keep knocking the divine feminine out of the way, right? Look over here instead. Look, there's a hot little, yeah, right? So they've been doing that for how long? For how long? For how long? How long? Okay. Fairy Friday, Fairy Friday, Fairy Friday. It's like again, when jealousy and envy rule the roast, rule the roost, the roaster. Er, 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 er. Well, you see who's cockadoodle doing. And too, the highly intellectual, draconian, reptilian, I'm gonna use, right, narcissistic, whatever. Again, there's a lot that's gone on through, again, soldiers being put in war. What else I watched last night? Well, Patriot and First Blood, what, Rambo? So how does time work? When we've experienced trauma or been put in disgusting situations, which I'm here for you guys, or for you who's watching that has, there's many of us that are right with others that are right. It's like uh, veterans. There's the other V word. So again, when our men have been put to war a long time ago to keep them out of the home so that others could try to like, right, be little foxes and come on in, or just take us and rape us, right, and then take our homes and our land that we've lived in, etc. Right. Black Lives Matter. What does that stand for? Like we were just talking about the faggot, which actually means, right, we're stronger together, unbreakable. A bunch of sticks, a bunch of sticks, a bunch of dicks tied together. Ugh. But what that means is, right, the positive is no, no, no. Faggot means all together, we're a bundle and we are strong, unbreakable. Black Lives Matter, the acronym BLM. What's really going on underneath the surface of the story that was thrown out, the narrative. And that's not necessarily right, is that they're right, it's what people do with it. Just because they, right, so like we have, don't you have big brothers or family members or friends that, or like people you've gone that are like right, uncles, They like to be the jokesters, the tricksters, play pranks, right? Or we got drunks in that are like, right? Or whatever in our family, right? So that's those guys, those, whether girl or guy, right? Those guys, right? But don't they teach us too, right? They may do magic tricks, right? Like, oh, pretend that their thumb got cut off, right? Oh, oh, right? I can't do it. I suck at that shit. But I have an uncle that always did it to me, and I'd be like, ah, when I was little. And I'd be like, do it again. I really thought his thumb came off. Anyway, right? So the illusions we see. BLM means black lives. Business, land, management. So who wants to keep people in a negative over there fighting so that they can keep their flagpole stuck in our land so you don't wake up, right? This is Harad not wanting, right? Killing all the kids in the land, so to speak, under two. So people just think, oh, that was a long time ago. That happened. No, no, no. This is you right now. You, us, you, now, right now, right now, now. The time is now, right now. Hmm? Ah. Okay. Okay. So I apologize. Fairy Friday did not start and go so much into the fairy thing, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I got to fairy encyclopedia right next to me here. And whatever the reason, they had me discuss all this first. And I'm sure when I open the book to whatever page we open to, it's gonna have some kind of reflection in some manner. We'll see what it says, what we see when we do in a second, right? Too late for you, crew. So let's see. So yeah, just keep swimming. Yeah, we are magical. I'm a magical unicorn. We're magical creatures, truly. And don't forget too, whether human meaning, you have the ability to pass through. Those that are trying to, right, get a temporary fix, right? It's like being in a weightlifting competition but doing steroids. So when it's like, okay, well, we can respect the experiment that maybe you went through, I guess, right? Because I'm not going to judge you if that's what you were, right, testing your body and whatever. I don't, again, Ocean State job bot, big trucks, canisters, containers, trailers, boats, docks. Oh boy. Sorry, channeling in the middle. Oh Lord. Sorry, I got taken away a little bit there. Oh geez, they did that. Hold on. Rewind, like Willy Wonka. Scratch that. Rewind. Go back, please. Oh gosh, what was I saying? Turn it on together. Well, Fairy Friday, it's not so magical when beings are using, right, poisonous words, volumes, thoughts, negative energy to transmute, transport, hang around, and siphon off of, and then skim and go give to, right? It's like going to, it's like, right. So yeah, they're not good feelings. It's not magic. It's like, however, a lot of other people have done, right? There's so many different things going on. I don't know what I'm talking about. There's just, I'm getting channeled from all different directions. Sorry. I was like, no. So okay. Dagda is what I opened right to. Okay. I see a circle of mushrooms and Tuatha De Danann and something about France. French countess. Okay, so we got, oh my, and Dame Hear a child stealing fairy woman of Hungarian folklore. One of the Tunder, the Hungarian fairies. Yeah. So now there's a lot of beings that are able to shapeshift and look like, right? You, me, and everybody. So even if they put a flash in your head to make it look like someone did something, could be me, right? It's not me instead, right? Or maybe, I mean, it depends. I don't know. But there's a lot of things I'm aware. That's what we were talking about in the beginning before. It's like, yeah. And they use digital, they take our and do all they want digitally all over the place. You don't even have to do it. You don't have to do nothing. Because I haven't and I didn't agree neither. But for some reason, it's like I keep, right? It's like little birdies flying by me. And then it's like I question things and full, I don't get responses that are making me feel any better or giving me any kind of fucking clarity. So then it's like, okay, hmm, somebody's knocking at my door. Hold on one second, please. Okay. Yo, this is crazy, crazy. Hold on. I need glasses. So Dame Hear It. We're definitely gonna read that. Because yo, that's a lot of shit that's going on right now. I don't know if you all experience that, but in my personal life, and since I've been, I mean, it's like, yeah, that's and then I have other people too, right? When other people listen, when these narcissist demonic motherfuckers try to make you feel bad about you, because there's negative fairies too. They sometimes get pointy ears like little elves. So it doesn't mean that they're always negative. It just means they don't know how to deal with things that are going on within themselves, right? There's reasons that things have been called, right? The mad, right? The berserkers, etc. Right? Mushrooms, eating the wrong mushrooms, right? You could have like a good trip, you could be trip out, or there's poisonous mushrooms, or there's mushrooms that are really, really fucking amazingly awesome. Also, mushrooms are really good for us. They work with the soil of the earth. They do the same with us. Same with marijuana, right? Cannabis sativa, right? Or different, right? So I'm not like, again, I say, like, I'm not promoting, right? It's just like, again, to each his own, take what always resonates, leave the rest to your research, because, knowledge. And what else is best? Checking in with your divine feminine and your divine masculine within, right? Your divinity, so that you're coming from a balanced place and position. It's like, okay, I've gone through these different, my natural, right, Adam and Eve thoughts, and then I brought my divinity and I allowed my, right, divine masculine and, right, the mother, father, God to come in, co-creating with spirit, right? It's like, because we're never alone. Once we allow that in too, then we find our way home. We know the way. We don't have to know everything or is it this and is it that? It's like, right? It's like it's good. You're in the right place. You're home. You're not alone. So whatever it is, right? Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. But we don't want the child stealing motherfucking Hungarian fairy taking our fucking certificate, our physical kids, our spiritual kids, the thoughts and the feelings that we go that let leak out. Because don't forget, they're like, it's information free for everybody. So they go stealing all our stuff. And then you wonder why we see things like, it's like, wow, it's funny. I was thinking about that, like that. So you see these other people like making all this money off stuff that you're thinking and like doing and having thoughts and right. Well, it's because you have others, right? They're stealing. They're in the dreamscape in the astral plane, all up in the right. He knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake, right? All up in the holy, holy, holies of places, right? Cherubims, holy, holy, holy shit. 404. And cherubims like fairies too. They're not always friendly. Cupid's not always friendly. Eros, they fly around with arrows and shoot people so that they fall. Keyword fall in love or have some kind of right erotic attraction or gravitation, stimulation, magnetization, right? So lots of stuff going on that's not exactly pinpointable and like we can't be like look it here there it is and that's what it is. People and the narcissists are going to be like hey yeah, but those are the ones that have been using knowledge, power, black so-called magic, spell work, words like we're doing right now. Any word is spell, right? Just keep swimming, right? Those are 3 words that have letters that are spelled. So we're always using spellcraft, witchcraft, any which way you want to look at it. We all are witches each and every day. Period. Because we manifest destiny. Oh, and I saw something about that earlier too. The Manifest Destiny, July 11th. What year was that? Wrong. I'm gonna get away a sidetrack now, but damn, right? Oh, but it's important because otherwise it's gonna go flying away. It's gonna float away somewhere else. Yeah. And see, I saw Patriot last night. That stuff. Sorry, I'm gonna need to snap at you. I'll find it after. Right here. Yo, this is all the shit. I don't give a shit. Pause. Read. This is the shit I channeled earlier today, and stuff I was going through and writing down, and stuff I was, information I was receiving. So if that might mean anything to you. The big word in the middle, Bashtavatsky, that was already on that page. Everything else got written today. And Bashkavatsky, I don't even know what that means, but Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Mummy, South Mexico, Jericho, Bank of Palestine, Jerusalem. Jericho was like the resort of, right? It's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, the cool people pool party place. Temple Mount. Where's the Temple Mount? The dome, right? Like, right, and right, the universe is mental. The universal father, right, is like outside, right? And so see everything from, right, it's like the alien overlord, but we want him to be able to come in his body and find his heart, right? It's like Tin Man, right? When people keep judging others because like they think that they don't have something, well, they don't. They're missing pieces, just like you and I. We're missing pieces. That's why we're not at peace. There's a virus. We're all in dis-ease. Are you at ease? You don't need to be, right? You don't have to necessarily, and I respect all that have, but You don't necessarily have to be in the military or in the army or in right the Navy or the Marine, any kind of right soldier boy necessarily to be a soldier. Like when I speak of right police, it's not just police that are being paid by our tax money in order to stay in war, to have a job, and then right militantly keep martial law going because we've never come out of war. So as I joke about these things, and I'm going to trigger a lot, I'm already aware, ring, 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 how many others are policing, trying to tell others what to do, right? Overseeing. Purr, 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 right? So energetically, that's what that means. That's why so like it's like I don't have anything against any again person, place, thing, nation, race, creed, blah blah, whatever, da da da, d. Doesn't fucking matter to me, right? Busy bees, bees from the hive. Only thing I got any prejudice against, again, is liars, cheaters, and motherfuckers that smile on your face and say one thing, but they Jekyll and fucking hide. So it's like, but at the same time, it's like grateful for you too, because you teaching me some fucking lessons I never fucking goddamn would have imagined or knew. Literally. It's like, so I guess, the super intellect is like, yeah, so thank you. Yay! I love getting fucked over and wondering like why I'm feeling one way and like somebody's doing it's like my whole life, right? Like Snow White or Tangled. I feel like that's my life. hmm Sleeping Beauty, all those fairy tales. Getting into the fairy tales. Literally, literally, literally. Ooh, you ever seen too? Here's a good thing to look up. The children of is it Wolf Pit? And they were green. Yeah, are you familiar? I can relate to that very much too. So if we had different color skin back in the day, again, we come from a different atmosphere, or some come from the water, some come from the air, some come from right cave, from underground, right? How did things get built? Why are there so many cities under the ground? We didn't build our way down. Now we're on the surface, digging down in order to stay right up. But we had to dig our way up and out, right? Buttercups. I mean, doesn't that make more sense, right? The Earth rock, that asteroid that we've been living upon, right? Big feminine bitch rock. We call mom. Oh, Lord, snort, snort. Oh, horses, oh, horse, of course, of course. Okay, so anyway, let's get reading. Fairies today. I say. Hold on, you know what I do need? I'm so sorry, guys. I need a little. Oh, I have some right here. My lips are sticking together. That's why I can read to you. Otherwise, my lips are going to be sticking as I'm talking, and I hate that. I dislike that greatly. Okay. So this is Diaulnoy. All right, Marie Catherine Diaulnoy. And this is pretty cool, just as synchronicities go. Marie is one of my daughter's middle names. Catherine, but with a K, is another daughter's middle name. And right now it's 4/12, which is my other daughter's birthday. So how fucking cool. See, that's metaphysics. That now does that make like sense as far as like right? Like it's like but and it does. And I have like my little angels that I made from my nana that passed away, my little fairy angels right here that always are here with me every day right here. And it's Christmas now. But this was it had all my daughters and my nieces and all the great grandkids from my nana. It's a big long string of all her grandbabies, the little angels, right? The little starseed blessings. And you're one too. So make your ancestors proud because they didn't go through everything that they went through for us to fuck up now, right? That's what we owe. Everybody want to get paid to be a motherfucking hoe. It's like, ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney, good Saint Nick, old Saint Nick, old Saint Nick. And a lot of them that made deals with like demons and devils 414, right? And that do sex rituals and all this other stuff. Again, that's like right. You watch American Gods, that dude that's like all hooked up to the internet, and then the other girl puts like again, it's like a microphone dildo thing, but whatever the fuck it is. So she's like hooks him into the freaking right internet through her, and he's like, it's disturbing and disgusting. And like, I mean, to me, it's like just again, what makes it disgusting, again, with all the sex stuff, is I don't have a problem with, right? Actually, it's like our bodies are beautiful and all these things are meant to be. But when it's the sacred, when the love, the sacred, the experience of right, it's like a mama egg, a mama bird is going to kick an egg that's been touched by a human hand out of the nest. So fallen ones that have right gone touching divine beings in order to screw up their manifest destiny, shame on you. I'm not going to reject them. I'm going to reject you. It's like you, hello, rapist molesters that try to set other people up and make it look like they're fucked up after you raped and molested us and decided to. So, right, because a lot of us are here as that witness and allowed us, right? They're gonna let me bring it out. Trigger warning. It's like right, like SS, super soldier programs, etc. MK Ultras. Which all different parts are part of different, right, parts of these experiments that we've all been part of, right? Different walks of life so that we could all have experience to come to the conclusion that we're in the present now. But a lot of us, like a lot of them dressed up in their masks, well, we're dressed up too, except we're not being deceitful. We just came very neutral. But you thought lots of things, didn't you? That's why this is the judgment of the living and the dead. So, right, like what is one that's neutral, observing and watching say or said? We're just observed. We're right, justice is blind. So all you twin flames, because if you're here for a reason, and we're getting to talk about this right now for a big reason. Good fucking job. Whatever you've had to sacrifice to get into this point that we're in right fucking now, it is not going to go, you're not unnoticed. Okay? They know, they see, it's all being, you are accounted for. Every thought, feeling, every single thing we do, every fucking single, every vibration is right. So, and it's not like, oh, did it? It's especially when it's like, right, good deeds get taken note of, and dirty deeds done dirt cheap definitely get taken note of. And then beings have like multiple times too, right? Like, hey, you want to, right? Hey, not humans and another man saying, well, show me what you did and go hurry up and go over there. Anyone barking at you like that and trying to put bleh, bleh, who's the toxic energy? Who's wanting something? Who's wanting to be an energy harvester and take others' energy? Who's putting someone in a position of forcing us to make a decision or a contract or appease them by satisfying their expectation or their immature emotional value that they're trying to fill their empty cup up with, right? Please, sir, can I have some more? But while they're asking you something like this, they already got a needle stuck in your leg and they're already sucking your energy, your blood, your right, sucking from us. They already, but they're like, wait, just stay a little longer. They just want to keep us here, so they're going to just keep us like that, right? Fishing, right? They cast out the line. Now they're waiting for the bite. And when they got one, oh, did they get excited? Hi. Don't forget, there's lots of different Jesuses, and Jesus is a fisher of men. Kronos eats his children. What does Jesus mean? Jesus. Jesus. J silent. Isu. Isau. I mean, how many different ways can it be said? And right, and what does it mean? And now, how many you got? My Latinos is our name Jesus, first or last name or what have you, right? So it's like, right, hermana, hermano, brother and sister, right? Osiris is an Isis, Osiris, Isis, hermana, hermano. How many different? So when American made man decides to go through things and say that they figured them out with their, five senses and their eyeballs and their hands, we appreciate everything, right? And we're like, because we're part of that too. What we've all done up until this now point, but now we're allowing the divinity to shine through and give us more information. It's not wrong or right. It's just right if we're 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 filling up the cup. We're again the jigsaw puzzle. 420. We only had 2/3, right? Gilgamesh, 2/3 God, 1/3 man. Same Moses, same as Hermes, same as Hercules. How many people want golden child blood? How many have been after certain bloodlines and what have you for so long? Oh, we're gonna bring all the rabbits out the hat, right? And I ain't the only one talking about it and that. So, and they definitely try to keep me buried underneath, right? Like a needle in a haystack. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. They're like, I buried that bitch. Don't worry. Mm. You know how loud quiet is? Again, hot and cold thing, right? Where does cot? Ooh. Where does hot begin and cold end? And etc. Where does birth begin and death end, or death begin and birth be the end, or right, vice versa? How is it, right? Like, okay, getting all over again. Okay, so French countess and writer who published Les Contes des Fées, fairy tales, in 1697, 1017, 16, so 21, 21, 3, okay. And Contes Nouvelles ou les fils à la mode. Butcher, I know, I'm sorry. In 1698, 22, which is an import master number and like a soldier boy. I tell you, right? So King Tut's heart also was taken out. And we have Emerald Tablets of Thoth, which were copied many times, replicated from original sources, right? Just like different things, right? Handwriting by man's right hand. So it's just what it is. It's not good, but right, whatever. It's just right. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. Just know more to the equation is always necessary. And also emerald's tablets, the thought, there's a lot of that makes people go mad. It's known to do that because it's like, right, it's kind of luring people in the say wrong direction. There's which demon is that? And he's like really sweet and cute, and he's director at the Crossroads. But if you got faulty, like, yeah, it's like they'll trick you and direct you the wrong way. So if your intentions are like because you want to take, you're there to dig, whatever, like, yeah, and you don't care about others, right, where are you gonna get taken? Ooh, ooh, they just said. Enoch, or he was taken. So yeah, because they like to. All right, so that because there's Moloch sacrificial fucking ritual shit. So sorry, we're getting channeled big time. So I don't give. Ready? Here we go. So yeah, Moloch worshiping. So this is right, children sacrifice, etc. They use a Shakti sacrifice, etc. Using deals with crossroads with the devil, which is just bitches. There's many devils that are chicken shit scared to deal with what they need to deal with, right? Choices they made with their free will, decisions they made with their free will, or whatever, or things, positions people have been put in, and they didn't have the tools or the love or the nurturing or the guidance to get through them. You have it now. So get out now while you can. So otherwise, so yeah, the like Solomon Temple or King Midas. I had that before too. King Midas. So you see the new or wait, shit. Sorry. Fuck. Oh, which king? All that Sarah is him in his throne. The skull, the skeleton in the throne. It has to do with Solomon too. Is it Solomon? I think it might be. The temple, the temple dome, oh, all the stuff I was downloading earlier. See, sorry, this is mishmashy. So much coming in. Temple Mount, right? Yeah, right. The God King. So, oh, the Father Son parody. They keep murdering. Okay, the Bog and the Gog and the Bog and the Bog and the Bog and the Gog and the Mog, the Bog. Oh my God, what the? What are you doing to me, Spirit? Look at me. Oh gosh. All right. Sorry, I'm just, it's like, this is so typically goes in my head. I don't know. It's like when we're trying to share it, like, great. This is why don't always sound, right. When we're, I got the freaking rooster behind me. um, yeah, again, channel, it's like sleigh ride. We're going through over the, how's that? Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. Uh, am I gonna buy? Okay, yeah. So the sacrificial, yeah, right. So they're that's yeah. So that's how they keep right. They've been doing that for a long time. And then I'm your mother, like Coraline. So they keep coming back. They wipe people memory, and then they bring kid. Like some of them don't have it wiped though. And then I was watching an episode of Charm this morning, and that had to do with that too. That's why I got okay. Which was it? It was like season 7. So I wanted to look it up more. Season 7, I believe. Oh, it was season 7, maybe episode 9. I don't remember. And it had to do with the avatars and is it Baku? Baku. Which shapeshifter, which he made himself look like one of the avatars. So they thought the avatar elders did this whole but they were also an agenda, which was utopia. Anybody use that word around you? Want to take you to utopia? Nirvana? So when they're you, because they again, some have death wish or like right, they didn't know how to deal with, or scared of death, so they made deals long times ago and keep doing these right. This is right there, One Ring Circus magic show. Wow, 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 11944. So okay. Anyway, let's get back to reading. That was a fucking sorry. We just went through the snow. We just for avalanche. What the fuck? So happy Fairy Friday. So they're gonna be like, I am a fairy, you know? Lots of things and not. Okay, so let's see. I definitely have, right, I loved always the fairies and the ferns. I used to sit in my, I remember when I was little, sitting in always wildflowers, ferns, always speaking with, right? I've always communicated with plant life and what have you. And if that sounds crazy to people, again, it's like, well, read Emily Dickinson or any other, right? Like, well known, right? No, well known, because anything that's well known and mainstream is pop culture, right? Popcorn. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Okay, let me stop. I'm sorry. All right. So Marie Catherine D'Aulnoy. She was one of the most influential writers in the French salons, fashionable gatherings of literary and artistic figures popular in the 17th key number century. Like many of her contemporaries, such as Charles Perrault, Madame d'Aulnoy drew on tales from oral folk tradition and retold them in a literary style. And that's how most things were always passed down by verbal communication, like we're doing right now. Not written, not right. Again, and when it gets written, it's like things get so butchered. Even one, right, one letter of a word, one word being changed, or we thought it sounded like something else, or what, or a flash of an image, or a feeling, right? Because that's what, right? So many people are arguing about now. Well, others said you, and well, when you believe what others have said, that's different than, right, when we as empaths have a feeling and then we get guided, like, right, do a little right research, and then we see, like, and I don't go, like, when I know something's gonna hurt me, like, more, I don't necessarily go digging more for it. It's like, right, it's like, great, that's sometimes where we get, it's like the forbidden, because it's like, certain things we already have awareness, so we don't need to go any further than what we got. Like, great, sometimes respect how that you know enough at the now moment, and more will be revealed when it needs to be, so that you're not so shocked and awed, because we don't need to know all the dirty details. That's devil in the details of how and why and all that stuff somebody hurt us. Because if somebody's doing something nasty behind our back to hurt us, or right, putting our stuff into other stuff that we didn't rate, like, and okay, they have problems already anyhow. They're not coming from a healthy place. So don't allow their sickness to make you feel sick. This is where we cut that shit off at the fucking, we're not allowing that poison. So we're not stupid, we're not dumb, but we allow time and space for, right, and then for our next, so that what we're given next to see, or right, to because it's not about, a lot of time, right, people don't have tools, or they're not hurting us on purpose, and we're not hurting them on purpose, right? What we have here is failure to communicate, right? So while we try to communicate to one another, right, how many people can understand what the fuck I'm saying on here half the time? And a logical person to person, normal dialect conversation, right? That's not like, right, a linear conversation that you have between, it's like, right, this is, right, why it's the metaphysical channel, because it's, right, goes, right, we're traveling through space and time, and there ain't no right, wrong, whatever, we're just going through with spirit, right? We're driving, we're just going through, surfing, swimming, however, what, right? Being still in the stillness, right? In the air, however it may be, right? We go everywhere and nowhere. Right? I am no one, you are nobody, and we are nowhere. where there is no thing, right? Not nothing. No thing. Just feel that. When somebody says fat, right? You're where there's nothing. No, no, no. Or you're a miscellaneous whatever. That means you can be anything. You're an empty, barrenness cell. Anything can go in that cell. A positive and a negative thought that make a cross, right? We have, that's what all that means. So don't allow others to, right? This is where we're going to come and get really more fucking clean. But again, right? I swear, it's like, right? What does that mean? Right? Being spiritual, whatever, doesn't mean like we're not like so fun, whatever. No, we still have all, right? Like, so we still have fun. We're still swear. We still, right? Like, so as far as, right? I mean, not everyone, everybody different. Whoever you are, right? But do you harm? It's like, great. You got to come from a place. Would you want that done to you? And to thine own self be true. Two most important rules. We're a prostitute if we go against our own grain. Like we're a big shaft of wheat like this, right? The grain goddess, fertility goddess. Your whole right in your left hand. Did you plant good seeds so you're holding a nice crop? That's harvest time, right? The sign of the cross again, or the ankh, right? Why Jesus on the cross? We're suffering on the cross, right? We're the devil, or say if we go against our own constitution that's written on our heart, that God written on our heart. Why does the Lord, the law make up laws, rules of the land, right? Or what it mimics what God set in, right, to happen inside the temple, inside the house, inside your living physical personal organism, your living waters, your earth, your land, right? This is your land. These are your waters. This is my blood. This is my body, right? This is my body. This is my, right? My bread. If it gets broken, if we go against our own grain, right? That's when we say the first job is prostitution, going against one's own self. Want to be a hoe, right? Bend over backwards like a rainbow. Ooh. Wow, we're channeling. Sorry, we're really. And I see yellow dwarf up ahead. What's happening here? Let's see. Like many of her contemporaries, such as Charles Perrault, Madame D'Aulnoy, dang, drew on tales from oral folk tradition and retold them in literary style. Her tales include Le Prince Lutin, the translated into English as the Imp Prince, the Imp Prince, Yellow Dwarf, Solar Plexus, and the White Cat, among others. Ooh, so that might be something interesting, some fairy wisdom for the weekend to, right, discover if the time is right for you or I to do so. Look up Le Prince Lutin. Here, so you could see the spelling and what have you. Lutin, and the yellow dwarf and the white cat. And that just might mean something. Anyhow, you might want to tap that into gematria. The yellow dwarf and the white cat. The imp prince and the white cat. So yellow dwarf. Okay, interesting. Again, that's yeah, heaven and earth, heaven and earth, heaven and earth, heaven and earth. And that's above, so below, as above, so below, as above, so below, right? Or heaven, earth. Holy Spirit, not in heaven. That's holy, right? Or unholy ghost, and or capitalism. That's right. We're in the clouds. Also, in war, right? If we could control the weather, we can control the world. 1962, or Johnson, president. Yep, Lyndon B. Johnson. And he didn't make up that quote. I guess he used it from somebody else, but right, having control. And so what's been going on for a long time? Weather manipulation, right? Clouds. That also goes into seeds. That also goes into star seeds, spiritual seeds, astral plane, sexual, spiritual wives, incubi and succubi, etc. Sucking. Remember the movie Cat's Eye? Being a white cat, or Drew Barrymore. If you've never seen that, you even look up the part with the cat, and it shows right there's like this the gnome thing. They sucking on like it's like Monsters Inc. So sucking or The Shining, Doctor Sleep, wanting the essence of right. They call it the Shining, talent, essence, like the Dark Crystal. All the same shit's been going on for all of time. Except this time, right now, in the here and now, is where right we want you all to get what you need and help. We're not here to be like, yeah, like da da da, like right. No, this has been going right. We want everybody to get what they need, not ha 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 and he. I don't find that cute or funny. I would never. I don't. I would never treat my children that way. I don't like to be treated that way. So, right, having respect for another entity, whether we, right, because how do we again how do you communicate with something else, and when things are just taken from their environment or our environment is disrupted because of man, right, whether fairy, whether animal, plant, mineral, right, the land, earth, Gaia is a living organism. Talk about fairies, she's the biggest one there is, right, and earth is the womb of the mother and the tomb, right? Like Osiris being risen from the dead, right? Isis, Osiris, right? There's a lot of fear going on right now. And there's also a lot of assholes with jealousy and envy still trying to fuck around, manipulate, mind meld magic, and all this other mirror on the wall, mirror, right? Again, and then wait, something called Biden too earlier. Hermit E. Frog, puppeteering. So, when people are under, right, Minecraft spells with spellcraft, others have put people under things, right? And that also is part of the charms. They had like all the avatars put like the whole world to sleep. And they got like the girls to agree to it, but and see what they were then yeah, and I gotta watch more. 441. But I had a not good feeling about that either. I was like, yeah, like sounds nice and great, but that's not natural, and that's not that. So that's not the natural. No, that's not. That's someone wanting to play God again, using information, knowledge, and power to right and be very right and appear right like they have best interest. Keywords. When someone acts like they have your best interest at heart, but they're coming from up here, right? Zuzi, like overseers flying on it, or from under, behind, like, or behind the scenes, kind of like, kind of like, hey, yeah, that wiggly way. So these are all mannerisms, or right, again, or they can, again, don't forget, devil come chin, like looking like everything we all want. So, and that doesn't mean again, they've been taken advantage of. So you gotta be very. That's a real touchy one. The jinn, the fairy realm, any of it. Time is different. Just like hell, you can get wrapped up in a siren spell, we've all been witnessing and experiencing that for the last, right, 5 years, since 2016, since before that, for sure, but since 2016, y'all know. And in 2017, stars in the sky, the signs. They always been, but right, that was a big one, September 23rd and what have you. And then before that, when was the other time with that? When the, again, going back to the wheat and the sign and the stars and the revelations and the beast and it's, I just saw another thing the other day about that. He had done it, like, went back, like, and it was like, I don't even remember if it was BC or AD now. Either way, it's very, you're right. It doesn't, it's not a, right, like, oh, Monday, and then it's Friday, and then like, oh, it's like December again, and like, right, the Julian Gregorian calendar, right, it's been all twisted, and I think we discussed that yesterday in the video. We went over quite a lot of channeling having to do with that too. 444. You might want to check that out. That was a super channel. Lots of different info coming through. And had to do from stuff I channeled and wrote down from 2017, and then was guided to, right. Like, I don't even like know things I was talking about. Yeah, that I channeled yesterday and day before, when I was guided to open that notebook that I had written stuff down from 2017. Oh, made me a little nauseous right now. So the yeah, information, right, that was, it's again everything, right, coming full circle, or everything comes when it needs to. Again, jigsaw puzzle. You don't got to worry so much about being right or wrong, or do you have it or not, right? It's like, just, it's like, am I where if when you feel unsure, am I where I need to be right now? Am I safe? Is this true? Right? So, right, or I am safe. But if you're not sure, if you're feeling, right, trust your gut instinct and what your body is telling you, because this is where we're learning, right? It's like astronauts too, or scuba diving gear. Are we breathing okay? How are you feeling? What's going on? Okay. Because our bodies are responding in many different ways. We all have different things, right? Like, that we're not feeling good about, or that's like coming out, where it's like, what is that? Or trying to figure out why that is occurring. And right, it can look very scary and appear, if you start Googling stuff and like, right, you can really scare the shit out of yourself. Or go to a doctor and call and whatever. And it's like, okay, and then they're going to give you something else. And now a lot of people have gotten so a lot of you are having reactions due to and that's the fucking truth. So if you don't, I don't care if you want to believe me, not believe me, right? Don't shoot the fucking messenger. Again, lots of people just paid to get fucked up with like some stupid fucking experimental shit, right? Which is aborted. All right. Do your research. Everybody's going off of a fear and a negative thought and a feeling, right? Again, letting Satan sweep them up under the rug. Kronos wants to eat the kids. Herod wants to get the children all in the kingdom. Bang, bang. How are they going to do it? People think these things already happen because the first image in their head is, oh, that happened so long ago, and da-da-da, and time is linear, and da-dee-dee, and ba-da-da. They know it all. They just want to go back to normal and get paid and get their money and get laid. Everybody was told you can't take it with you, right? So Monopoly has been being played for a long time. It was one of the games that, right, we all wanted to play. So there's many different games being played, right? Like Squid Games, right? Right? So, however, death, rebirth, resurrection happens within this physical vessel, human vessel that we are in our skin. So don't let somebody rock you to sleep and make you think that it's right, time's linear, and now you got to write that, right? How come we don't build any more cemeteries? We all ran out of room. Everybody gets cremated now, right? Or whatever else. I've heard a few different things, but like, but if there's as many birds and like extend deaths as equally, what have you, like, well, I grew up caretaker of a cemetery my whole life, and I'm very clearly aware that, like, they're not like, it's not like people are like, oh, we need to build another one of them. We need more land to, right? That's not really, that's not happening, right? So, right? I don't, right? But right, just something to think about, right? I don't know, or not, but just allow to like, hmm, allow to develop, right? Like a Polaroid picture. Don't overthink too much, right? Different, allowing ourselves to travel through the mind and being, right, getting stuck in our head, which we all do both all the time, right? But that's how we end up, right, quote unquote, dead. When we get stuck in the head and we're looking down and we're repeating, right? And that crown gets heavy because we try so hard and we're trying to figure it out. And but we keep trying so hard and we keep trying to understand. And right, we just trying to figure out what. So when we're stuck like that, right, we're stuck in like a typewriter. Cha-ching, 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 right? Going around and around and up and down. Got to get it done. Got to get it done. Got to get it done. Got to get it, got to get here. That's that. So we're constantly 3-card Monty. Now we're in that now, right? So it's not bad. We've all participated in this. It's like, right, we just want to slow down because we don't want to keep getting caught up, wrapped up, swept away, taken, played. It's good to be playful, right? Don't be a player. Players get played. So, right, but when we see things that are toxic, balance is all out of whack, we just alkalize that shit. Alkaline. When life give you lemons, we make lemonade. You put the lime in the coconut and wash it all away. All right. What a goofy freaking video today. I don't know what. Where's Mercury? And Neptune right now. Why did they come? And we're about to have a full moon in Gemini. Ooh, and today, that's what I was saying. Today's December 17th, right? Night of the Comet. Ooh. That's an old movie. Oh my God, I still love. So this is memory. So Leonard, Comet Leonard, and it's gonna be close to Venus. And we should be able to actually maybe see it like now. A little cloudy. Oh, let me know. Check out your window. Right now it's 4:50. Look out or go outside if you're outside. You know, again, this is yesterday. Tonight is like the brightest we'll be able to see. Last night was a little cloudy here too, but just briefly cloudy it is now. And there's Venus. Or no, it might be Jupiter, Saturn. Wait, that's Saturn. Okay, I'm looking at Saturn. Sorry, I had to get my bearings there. So Saturn, Jupiter, where Venus at? So right in that, yeah, in the skyline. So yeah, just keep, checking here and there. You might get lucky and spot some comet Leonard, which this is the only time, right? Which also means lion, right? Right? It's the end of the year, right? In like a lamb, out like a lion. So much stuff is happening in the star system right now, in the stars and the cosmos. So, and all that has to, right, affect on us. When people, again, that's another thing people, others haven't, right, had us believe it. 'Cause it's like, oh, whatever, oh, whatever. But if you're only looking at your sun sign, of course, then we're going to be, oh, whatever, because it doesn't make sense then. That don't make no kind of sense. Um, what in the, what in the what? Bear with me one sec, guys. What's up? That's funny, the rooster. It's a wolf, like remove negative energy in the background. I have on shaman. Just that's what popped up. And it's a beautiful wolf and stuff. And it's like, yeah, that rooster in the background is quite funny, the rooster. Oh, and it was also because Tuatha De Danann in this country, some old Nordic was a called, they weren't runes, but they're like whatever. Made me think of the plate on like Gilgamesh chest, the Inanna. I think there's 10 jewels, but they had different things. It was like to block the divine feminine. See, that's why there's things that they've done to block the divine masculine from remembering us, guys. Again, there's a movie called Ring of Nibelung. I want you to look that up, divine feminine. You're going to have a lot more of a clear perspective of what the fuck is going on and what the fuck has been going on, and you won't be as mad because you're at, okay, you're gonna have a little more awareness. You're gonna be mad, but not at, it's gonna be a little more like, right, again, understandable or not, right? But watch Ring of Nibelung. It's on YouTube. It's like Niebulung, Ring of Nibelung. So it's a little long. It might take a, it's like kind of older, but um, so again, right? Why did drink the wine in church and right the pagan rituals and what have you, right? The blood, right? What people think, and then what there's a lot of different things that people do, and when they speak over liquids, right? So right, a lot of them when they do that's to make you forget what you love, who you love, and then you only remember what they want you to remember, right? That's what that spell was in the beginning. Why did divine masculine forget the feminine and go with another bitch in the first place? We're gonna use that word because a female bitch is a dog, and when bitches do shit like that, that's just fucked up. Because how many people's lives did you just fucking wreck because you just wanted to rate like whatever? So it's all fine as far as like I ain't mad at you, I ain't holding no like, but it's like, but yeah, you're fucked up, right? You're fucked up. Anyhow, so when people do stuff like that out of envy and jealousy, again, it's like we get it because we could all feel that way, right? We've all done things like maybe we shouldn't have done. So, right, I've done things I've been fucked up. I've been fucked up. I've done fucked up shit. But right now I'm referring to that specific shit. So bitch, you fucked up. Whoever, right? It's like so, but again, no, it is what it is. But you're gonna be accountable for it and all others who are involved. And this is ancient old school. Mm? I'm from the old school into the new. You got two choices of what you can do, but they used them all up, that, right? Undead crew, because they just kept, right, murdering and bringing things back and like playing with all this and all of that, and then saying right there, da, 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 da. And then they're like, I don't care. I just want your underwear. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Hang on that telephone wire. I like, right, the worst thing, most embarrassing thing, right, when is being, right, like this is what, right, the scandal is being, right, brought out into the light. Let there be light, right? Aye, out of sight, no, insight. Where it's like, let us see whatever we need to see. Is this shit is some shitty shit ton fucking bleh energy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. This came up yesterday too, right? Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? What does that mean? Why does that keep coming up? Oh, because things are people are representing themselves as other being, right, in other people's skin, or using other people's name, using other people's religion, using other people's heartstrings to pull upon things to make other people think and have, right, like, or get distracted, or right, have negative thoughts and opinions or judgments and such, right? This is all right, or like Solomon magic. So when shit's being used, and that doesn't mean necessarily, right? I'm saying Solomon bad again, right? When certain beings are being called bad, are they, or has a human summoned, messed around, and played with that energy, which could just be precisely that, the name, or used it in thinking and wrote in things down and dun, 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 whatever, right? So, however, right, it may apply and resonate to, right, you or I or whatever. That's like, right, so that's what we're wanting to clear the airwaves and bring things up, right? Rising the dead, raising the dead, allowing things from the abyss or the past to come up naturally. We're not digging for them in the living ground in front of us, trying to remove what doesn't belong to us, what's not ours. There are certain times, right? Again, like when we're allowed to build or use the right, like Mother Earth lets us know this is good for gardening now. This is good to build, right, Joe? But man wanted to rape the land, right? As soon as, right, it's like things start growing, it's like, oh, more, right? Supply and demand. But then the roof, the roof, the soil was raped. The minerals from it, which again is earth, the mother and the father. So when you keep stealing all the minerals from, oh, here we go. And then the divine feminine, the masculine, the have to, right, keep replenishing the mineral. Our energy get depleted and their mineral. Ooh, motherfucker. Yeah, I don't always see like in that so clearly like that. Oh, that makes me mad. Right. And that's not even good enough, right? We can't just keep rape. Then they rape the freaking land. Then they want to rape, right, Astra outside, rape things that, and they got everybody else so busy, right, as above, so below, and heaven and earth that, right, forget within and without, inner and outer, under, in, right, like again, under the in the, like again, the ocean, down under, or on the flip side, because it goes like this, right? It's like a, right, that's right. How do we get up and down the poles, right? And then the center of the earth. Oh, sorry, Fairy Friday, guys. You're a big mama. Never knows. I don't know. They just make me look like a ding dong. Ho ho ho. Green giant. Anyway, Taurus field, right? So the magnetic poles, north and south, Antarctica keep coming up too. And this bitch keeps staring me in the face. She got flipped over before and she's just been staring at me this whole time. Oh, right. King of Tuatha De Danann, the immortal fairy people of Ireland. Here we go. Human invaders. The Britons are coming. Known as Malaysians, forced the Danans to hide under hollow hills. A hollow or mounds. Oh, that made me want a mounds pie. I love chocolate and coconut. However, they still controlled the natural growth of wheat and grass. Did it just cut me off reading that? Son of a bleep. It just did it again. I hope it, I don't know. I hope it didn't. Human invaders, I don't know if it cut me off. Known as Melanesians, forced the Danans to hide under hollow hills or mounds. However, they still controlled the natural growth of wheat and grass, essential for bread and milk, and so persuaded the Melanesians to make a treaty with their king, Dagda. Dagda had 4 great palaces underground, And he gave 2 of these to his sons, Lug and Ogmi, keeping the other 2 for himself, the greater of these being Bru na Boin, or Bru na Bani. A third son, Angus Mac Og, returned from his travels and was angry. Oh, to find he had been left out, but he wasn't. He asked Dagda if he could have the Bru for a day and a night, and this was agreed. But at the end of that time, Angus claimed the Bru forever, as a day and a night following on from one another. As a day and a night following on from one another represented all time. Although a great warrior, Dagda wasn't the sharpest knife in the box and could be conquered by cunning, and he allowed Angus his claim. Dagda then took his 4th son, Aedh, Aid, to his last palace near Tara. There they were visited by Corgrin of Connacht and his wife. Basically, think of Connecticut, Corrigan, and like New York, like Cornwall, Corrigan, suspected Aid of adultery with his wife and promptly killed him. Oh my gosh. In turn, it was expected that Dagda would kill him. However, feeling that he had been sorry. However, feeling that he had been to some extent justified in his actions, instead he laid upon him in a Giza, Geasa, Giasa, 505, or curse. It means curse. So, however, feeling that he had been to some extent justified in his actions, instead he laid upon him a curse. Corrigan had to carry the body of Aid with him until he found a stone of the exact size to cover it. We're just talking about cemetery. Oh boy, I gotta look more into this story. After many miles, eventually, Corrigan found a suitable stone on the shore of Loch Feabhail. Loch, Feabhail, Feabhail. So I gotta look up the etymology and the metaphysics to that. He dug a grave on a hill and he laid the body in it before carrying the stone up to cover it. There's a really good song by Dave Matthews too called The Stone. All this was too much for him. However, his heart burst and he died. Dagda had a wall built around the tomb, and this place has been called the Hill of Eliach, or Hill of Sighs, ever since. Yeah, the Divine Mother died of a broken heart too, right? Like, right? I nearly forgot my broken heart. So most of us have. And most of us have gone to war and said, forget it, or we don't care. We don't need it anymore. What's it for? Right? Stuff like that. Tin Man. Um, so, right, dying the first time of a broken heart, our heart burst. Or you ever felt like, right, it's right. Again, it's sad because I know a lot of beings and people made a deal to, right, like hurt my heart. If you're here, you're probably one too, right? Doesn't feel very good, right? Again, like Snow White, knowing that, right? We have people that say they love us, or that, and we don't understand why, like our whole lives we feel right. But also has to experience too, right? Like, again, abandonment, yelled about, right? So we all are experiencing what the others have experienced, so we can comprehend, understand, and have compassion for one another. And then, right, bring these things, tie them together, this quantum entanglement, so where things are all tied up, and then we go through them. And like, this is stuff that's going on right now. This story was very, 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 like, just deep to me, right, that we just read. That's exactly what's happening right now, right? People are like, people's hearts are, right, it's because, right, the heart chakra is being open, and it's going to hurt, because how long has it been blocked? And how long do we not want to feel all those things that feel so real and they hurt? They're painful, right? But you're not alone, right? Home is where the heart is. The heart is where you find home. So we have to find our way back here, the true north again, right? So we're creating our own, right? We have our, when we start to swim, right? And this is where, right, we may have died, but we begin again, right? We start right now. We always have, and every moment is a new start. Not tomorrow, not today, not tonight, another day, right? And now you just, right, move a thought and energy starts to move. We don't have to, right? It's like, wait, hold on a second. I'm going through too many negative thoughts and feelings right now. I'm all tangled up, all wrapped up, right? Is that like Seven of Swords or Eight of Swords? Any of them, really. Okay, last one. Damn Hirip. Dame Hirip, the Hungarian baby stealer, child stealer. Ugh. Okay. And then we're gonna 20202. Woo! Call me. Just kidding. It was like a oh, I got a funny one after two to end Fairy Friday. Okay. A child stealing fairy woman of Hungarian folklore, one of the Tunder, the Hungarian fairies, gypsy. According to an account in the folk tales of the Magyars, Magyars, 1889, which is 10, 18, 26, 8, 2, 6, 8, 1889, right? Everything vibration frequency. So the things that are, right, 1889, 26, 8, the eight, infinite eight rays staying above, so below, as above, so below, as above, so below, staying in lightning loop, staying in the loop, staying in the loop. According to an account in the folk tales of the Magyars, Dame Hirip lived in a castle on the Baraldal mountain in, oh boy, Girgyosik Miklos. Girgyosik Miklos. Zent. Girgosent Miklos. Girgosent Miklos. That's a Gyrgosentmiklos. So I'm going to go in after, personally on my own after, so into this stuff and pull it up in a gematria and wherever else I get guided to look into more of this now. But rabbit hole hopping. All right. She had two sons whom she sent down the mountain to rob travelers passing through of their gold and silver, and to kidnap human girls. She herself would stand on the tower of the castle, clutching a wreath in the anticipation of her son's return. A ring, a wreath. Oh, this is disturbing. All right. One day the sons encountered the sweethearts of two of the girls they had kidnapped. The two heroes, clad in mourning for their brides to be, fought the sons and were victorious. Whereupon Dame Harap, stationed at her lookout on the castle tower, clutching her wreath, faded away. Yo, this has to do with twin flames and the karmic and what we're talking about today. I got a little lost there. Hold on. One day the sons encountered what's she had two sons that she sent to rob travelers passing through. It's reminded me of Titus too. And again, the human mother that stole, right? Again, this goes into Moses and Solomon, right? And Rebecca and right Esau and Jacob, that and that, right? They made the son lie to the father and trick the father. That's that. Oh, this is again what we were talking about before. Uh, So why is she clutching her wreath in anticipation of her son's return? She wanted her sons to come back with the silver and the gold. One day the sons encountered the sweethearts of the two girls they had kidnapped. The two heroes, clad in mourning for their brides to be, fought the sons and were victorious. Okay, yeah. So those that are trying to steal our inheritance, steal our destiny, etc., we were talking about before. Those that have like teamed up done the black magic bullshit, yo, they're caught out. They're done. They're done. I kept getting the visions of that the other day too, like with the Scorpio and Pluto, right? With the after Orion, two brothers. And honestly, I was like too. It's like I think twin flame and karmic. I guess honestly, guys, are just the same. I mean, they all fucked us over, and they're all that's the same shit. They're just both playing right with the love card, love bombing, and gaslighting for a long time, and used again black magic to manipulate our right hearts and minds. Um, oh, it is what it is. What do you do? I mean. But really, what a twin flame and twin flame body means is again finding the balance within ourselves. So when we go back and forth between poles, and I do remember it for like my twin flame has said to me a long time ago, I didn't know, I thought I had a sun and a moon, or I didn't know which one, right? Like, and I didn't know what he was talking about. Ty, like, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? Like, um, but I can understand more now, right? Because now that I've been separated from him for over 5 years, or yeah, 5 years now, I've been with my right divine masculine or and karmic, right? The whatever we want it, right? The devil, the other one, but also the one I've known from before I. So there's so much that's still coming into. So I don't pretend or pronounce to have a motherfucking clue. All I know is what I feel as we're going through. And twin flames, we're only less than half of 1% of all that are here. Okay. So this is why in the beginning it was like, yeah, a lot of and as you know, a lot of us like pulled away because there was so many, right? Twin flame, da da da. But was that not already part of the setup for the Trojan horse hijackers to jump right in? Because we knew a bitch would. You feel the anxiety building up. Raw. I was like, well, but, and again, we didn't set you, we just, again, right? It's like when somebody puts something there and you go running for it, right? Again, it's the apple in the garden in Eden. Touch anything except that. Anything except that. Anything can be the apple, right? Temptation. Could be the woman, it was the snake, the man, a drug, food, whatever, right? Just something that forbidden, whatever. And tell you anything that we're right not supposed. Think that human psychology works in this manner, right? You can have anything you want. So then, do we want it? But if you can't touch that, don't. Can't touch this. Don't. Why? Right? Why? Right? The atom. Why? And anyone that's touched the gold or touched, right, has gone. It's 519, right? Money is the root of all evil. Touching a dragon's gold. Going to seek where, right? One is not, right? To still steal silver and gold. Like we were talking about here, like whether it's right? There's things that are in the system to create balance. We're not using numbers, we're using scales. So when scales are off balance, it's like, okay, well, what's going on over here? The vibration's out of whack. And we'll be like, I don't know. Well, your footprints, fingerprints, and electromagnetic signatures and digital compounds are all over that shit, including all the numbers and vibrations we can get into, but I don't need to do that, right? That's ain't unprepared. That ain't my part. Right? Puff, puff, pass. 519 still. Long minute. Ancestral blood cleaning. Look up 519, what that means. Ancestral blood cleaning time. Woo, woo. Chicka, 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 choo, choo. 520. Gemini. Full moon and Gemini coming. 12 it was. All right. I don't know, guys. This was a fucked up. I mean, fairy reading. This was like, I didn't I say though, who knows what we're going to open up to, but I knew it was going to have something to do with, because that's how spirit works with us and energy. Energy never lies. People do. So we may be in a rush if somebody said something and then now they look how long they're taking, or they said it was going to be about this, but they're talking about that and blah, 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 blah. Right? We get so impatient with our feelings and our negative, right? Like, oh, we're disappointed, right? A singer that we love starts writing different kind of music or sings in right and or comes out with a new song. It's okay. A new out. I like their old stuff. They should have stayed how they used to be. Blah blah blah. Right? We have opinions and judgments about everything. We tell her right what this shouldn't be. Right. So learning how to be a little less judgmental, right? Running around with a sword and a mallet or a handout, whatever, right? Whatever's in this hand, whatever, right? Right, chasing the dragon, going for the apple, right? Sometimes that's just the fisherman holding a lure, something shiny at the end, and right, it's like right, having a dick attached to the top of your forehead, right? Dick for. There's a lot of bitches, a lot of motherfuckers. No, for nothing. It's like, yeah, that ain't Pocahontas that you trying to be. Dick for. It's like, we see that a whole new way now. Ball sack, right? Cult of balls. Balls to the wall. Anyhow, right? Fuck them all. So they did. Hey. A hole's a hole's a hole. A hole's a hole's a hole. Or. Oh, Lord. bored. All right, I need to eat out. You know, I'm dying for some. I would love. I want some pineapple pizza. What I'm in the mood for. We got starfish on the bottom. Starfish spirit. Open to infinite possibilities. Sorry, these videos are always so long, guys. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to hop on and do one right after this. We're gonna pull a card and do a quick fairy reading, so I can just come on and do a whoop. So then hopefully I'll make some others happy that they don't gotta like right trail and be stuck and listen to me go cuckoo for cocoa puffs quite so long. Cuckoo. We got Rhino and Puppy Dog. Oh, I love Saint Bernard. Like Nana from not Peter Pan, right? I believe so. So number 19 and number 50. Dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. Not where you think that you're not loved or that you don't have or you need to prove yourself somewhere to be part of. You already are part of, and who you are is beautiful and just fine, right? I love you just the way you are, right? Truly, right? Truly, yo. We all are stars, right? We go through shit sometimes. That's okay, Mars. Right? Venus and Pluto, we understand. We know all about Dark Night of the Soul, don't we, clan? Wolf Clan, Dragon Clan, Cuckoo. Not all right, get out of here with your. And we talked about sheets earlier. I don't know that coming up too. But actually, I guess that's coming up for a reason too, because there's a lot of things that we believe that happen. That again, things are meant for metaphor. The stories that have been passed down through times, the pictures that have been made that we've seen to remember in our minds, right? 9/11, remember that we experienced. There's many things we've experienced but have we? And others say, right? And we have, yeah. So, there's, I don't, it's right. The timeline thing. I don't, this is where, it's like, right. I do best operating with spirit. So spirit, supernatural, seen and unseen, right? Philosophy and right playing like a child and etc right and just being right theological like logic and compartmentalization and bringing things down into a linear form and organized fashion. That's not my norm. That don't work well for me. I mean, right, it'd be nice if it did, right? That 1 2 3, that's what I'm missing, right? Like a lot of us are coming from it. It's not better, worse. We're coming from like extraterrestrial, ultra terrestrial, right? Spiritual star system beings. So we're like great, and other people are right of the flesh, of the human skin first. So more comfortable in the flesh. Where then you look at us like and actually we're the ones that look at right you like, and it's not it's like for me it's right again a lot of the things of the flesh are just it's like I don't like because we feel everything empathy and intuitively, so then it's like the skin and the flesh and all these other things are it's a different emotions. The emotional body, that's Eve, that's living, that's so it's not like we don't have feelings, but we interpret them or feel them differently, and then others could feel like think like if we don't care or we're like we're what's that word, like disconnected, just associated, which we kind of are, right? It's like Uranian Aquarian, right? That we are, you know, that's very right, like reptilian, draconian, etc. Also, right, the nagas, the again, dragon bloodline, dragon. That's it's reptilian, which like is eggs, birds, etc. Which again, right, human didn't, but we're all on humans now, so it's like different. It's very difficult to right. But again, well, you know what the fuck I'm saying. If you're so if you're, then you know, yeah. If you tune in with that, then yeah. And if you're not, then don't worry about it. But so right, the different places we come from, our origin, where our consciousness, where the elementals that right we develop throughout space and time, throughout the timelines that bring us to the here and now, right? We're multi-dimensional vibrational beings vibrating at the speed of light, right? It's like we're the projector screen, right? That's why people are like we're walking around avatar or you know, right? We already, right? It doesn't we don't like want to this is where things get tricky. And like, do you ever think like have you already maybe, right, died? Maybe like Beetlejuice, but didn't really know. So it's like, and then they talk about right, the world was blown up by asteroid and all this other. So, but it's like right, and how the moon get here, and right, there's like so as we've been right coming into our own, birthing ourselves again in this egg, right, this fragile eggshell mind, right? It's Christmas time. So this is where we're birthing our little devil that we've been that let and running around all over, right? Beelzebub, it also, right? It could be Lucifer, but right is also the Christ child. So right, the soul, this under the sun, under the sea, the ocean, right? So anything under the soul, this is where right the birth we're birthing Christ, our Christ child, the sun, the solar plexus, the yellow sun, right? The chosen one, or also Osiris rising from the dead, coming up through the soils, right? Mineral, we want to have good minerals in the soils, right? In our intestinal tract, our digestive tract, etc. We want to allow the plant to grow up naturally, right? Allow the heart chakra to open and bloom like the lotus, right? Blue and green, right? Like the earth colors, right? Land and water. So blue and green, heart chakra. We want to allow the heart chakra to open. It's going to connect to the vagus nerve, which reptilians do not have online. It's like, right, it's like if you didn't go through puberty yet, then you didn't go through puberty yet. You don't got your period yet. You didn't go through your right your stuff yet. You don't got that yet. So when others are taking advantage because they're so highly intellectual, but they don't have empathy. They don't have empathy because they don't have a vagus nerve that's attached from their solar plexus, their gut, to their heart, to their vagus nerve, that then comes up, right, into the throat chakra and stems up and takes its place at the rightful seat of the throne of Osiris at the pineal gland, right? So allowing that little nut, right, to be to come to rise up and be born and right take its rightful seat at the throne. We don't want King Solomon running out trying to take other people's seats of the throne like King Midas, right? As I once was told, everything that he touched turned to gold. Right? King Midas prayed that everything turned to gold. He wanted everything to turn to gold. So everything he touched turned to gold, including his wife, his throne, everything. Why is right? The king left on the throne with just bones all alone. It's a lesson, right? To be told of greed, right? When money, right? It's like the saying, don't let everything that right everything that glitters is not gold. And mostly those flashy things are just things to be bought and sold as a temporary scratch off. It's like when you have an itch and it's like, oh, it feels so good. It feels good for a hot second. Definitely good if you got that hot second with a bitch or a dude, and then it's making you itch after, right? Or you know what I'm saying? And then too, a lot of them don't, right, or like use the excuse like, right, with sex or whatever, sex. They make like sex isn't a big deal. Let me just explain. And is it because like, and I don't want to sound like I'm some like, right, oh, and da da da. It's like, get the fuck out of here. However, yo, think about your children, think about yourself, have some respect. And when, again, there's a difference between like, there's a lot of it, right? There's, because like a lot of us, right? They'll need some experience in. And I'm not, that's not like, that's not a fucking goddamn it. That's not what I meant. However, again, a lot of people think like we've been, we don't, we're not like, we're so, we haven't gotten to have, right, that single life experience. If we've been mothers and whatever have you, right? We've been mothers and whatever have you. So most mothers get cheated on, right? We're told we're pretty, right? We end up with the kids. So are we feeling so great and sexy? It's like we're chasing after kids half the time, right? For how many years, right? But still changing diapers, having them like all over, waking up all that, or the the stuff that comes with it isn't always so like yeah, you're not feeling like woo, right? After it takes a long time to go through pregnancy, birth, right? The raising of a child, which is supposed to take a village. Not everybody's supposed to get one and then pick what one you want. And then you should just be able to like whatever and da 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 and da 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 and da 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 da. Like, look at the mess we're all in right now. And not that we regret any of our children. That's not what I'm saying. But right, lots of kids, adult kids having kids because they're all emotional, right? Well, how fucked up did everybody, right? That's why it's like wait, why is there's not a rush? When we rush things, we hurt ourselves and then we live with regret and guilt and other feelings we don't understand why we're feeling them and what's attached to us, right? When people have you're right, this is why they say marrying the bodies. Now our bodies are then literally connected, so like you're right, you feel like it's like, oh, you think about that prayer like, or you're tapping in, and others have more visual and what have you vibration, right? Depend. So spiritual spouses, right? Demon babies, spiritual babies, etc. How did we get made and created? God wasn't originally a human mother and father that fucked physically, had intercourse, and then right, like that's what we as Adam and Eve, right, and we're the living produce now, right? So, but a lot of people think it's like their job to produce, like, yeah, I don't know. Everybody wants to be a famous movie director, idol, be actor in a movie, or like famous stripper, porn star, like what? And again, we should all be able to have fun, like in right whatever atmosphere, but it should be able to be a fun atmosphere where we all feel safe, good, whatever. Not where people are like everything's gawked at, sold, bought. Nothing sacred and pure is honored, and everything is like attention seeking. Look at Facebook, Instagram, right? How many all the right? I'm on YouTube and Facebook, right? But all these things that are great, I'm never on there though. Like trying to like get attention in that way or put my right like I don't that I just again it's like there's certain things for me personally, again coming from different perspectives, not better or worse, just right again. Let me say it right this way, us say older souls, right? An older soul, we've been around here, our soul is older, so certain things aren't going to be enticing to us. It's like that. It's like looking back at like, do you still want to do stuff that you were doing, like some things, but like, do you act the way again that you did when you were 8, when you were 13, 14, 16, 17, 22, 26? Again, some parts of us stay right, but like It's like, oh, thank God I don't act like that anymore. So we grow out of phases, right? Moon phases. How many moons ago? We go through phases and we outgrow them. And it doesn't mean that, like, oh, we hate whatever, or it's like that just is a part that we've moved on from, right? This is again coming into birthing now and death and rebirth and right, letting things go that no longer serve us. Now we want to get back to normal and da da da. We're like, yo, Lot's wife, Sodom and Gomorrah, walls of Jericho. It's like, hello. Are y'all, have you not all been paying attention to the messages that have been getting rained down upon our heads from the solar flares and the, right, the corona mass ejections that they're calling, right? Corona, blah, 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 boom. Like, ding-a-ling. I don't know. It's like, to me, it's very simple as far as like it's like these things are what's going on and these are the effects we're going through, and having compassion for one another as a human race, that we're all going through this, not trying to make money off one another and take advantage of. And what it's like, what is that, you fucking raping, molesting, big brother, uncle, wannabe pig pervert, like jealous sister, stepsister, mother, what the fuck, like what the fuck. Right, the world, we balance is necessary, right? All things are but at some point you gotta take a right, we gotta take a look at oneself and be like, okay, wait a second. You know, again, just the biggest question when these people, when we're doing anything, right? It's like, would I like that done to me? Right. So like would all of you that are right doing the, like we just read about in the the Hungarian whatever, you know, they with the son, the child thieves. You're stealing innocence. That's just, it's stealing innocence. Again, our first thought is like, great, a physical child, which that it is too. So human child, our innocence in the dreams, doing dream studies, taking things that don't belong. Right? Power. Let us make them in our image. Well, what did that? Who did? Wait, right? Oh, I have an idea. Let's make more this way because they don't want to do what we want. We're going to make one that's going to listen. We're going to make a submissive one. We're going to make, so man-made, man-made, made in America or made in China. How many things are made in China, made in America? Right? There are reasons, right? And it's not talking about China, the country. Like again, right? These things have in state of mind. Hell, state of, different things are state of mind. Africa, Atlantis, and then there's also, right? Yeah, places, physical, right? Like land mass and what. But haven't they also been changed by name and moved and manipulated? Right? Three card Monty, many things. It doesn't take much to change somebody's mind, make somebody think something. Look how easy it was to sway everybody to think, right, this is right, and that it's a good idea to, right. But to have, and people have done their research, and it's like, and then with all of us still saying, I just like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I do know. I hate to leave you, but it's time to go. Overcome any obstacle. And look how pretty Miss Rhino looks with all those flowers, right? Rhinos are pretty too. Remember, like in Shrek, ogres have layers too. So a lot of our Draconian, they can seem like they're mean or like they're big, like ogre, right? Big ogre dummies, big dummies or whatever. And let's not like get into like these like politician plantation prostitutes that have just been raping black men for so long. And I am talking about the certain white skinned women that married their cousins and bloodlines, but like to them and their daughters, like to force black men to fuck them, right? The mandingo. And then otherwise they gonna say it's rape. And so this is how that got developed over time. What just fell behind me? Something just fell behind me. That shit crazy. I made my heart pitter patter a little bit. It's like, what the fuck? So now let me ask this question. How horrible is it to be raped in any manner? Again, stealing a child's innocence in any form is completely forbidden and zero toleration is tolerated. Period. So when others have caused harm in these kind of manners, oh, you're gonna pay dearly. And I ain't gonna make you pay. Like Spirit coming, Pluto, Hades. Like today, Judgment Day. Oh, wow, that's crazy. I just kind of 543. The end. Human trafficking, slave, sex trafficking. Fuck all of you, motherfuckers. Fucking pigs. When I say Jesus makes them all go into pigs, right? Fucking pigs. So however that, whatever that means, however that is. Wee! Incubator and succubi, little piggies. Whose feetsies did those piggies get chopped off of? Certain species grow things back, like the starfish, octopus. I have to look up what else, right? So, but also again, those are part of creator guys too, right? It's like if someone's lonely, no, right? God said Adam should never be alone. How many Adams are there? So how many different ways, right, did we come up with so that we're not alone or that we made and created a family? I have another being say to me all the time, like, right, that you don't have kids. You don't have kids. I'm like, yeah, you do. You have children all over the fucking place. First of all, physically, I've seen them, and so I'm not even talking about that. But I'm talking more again, like, like God said to Abraham, right? You're gonna have more children than there are stars. Do you know that there's more forest trees on the forest that make up the forest on the earth? There's more trees on the earth and the forests than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Not all galaxies, so don't get me all fucking like feel like, oh, she said the Milky Way galaxy. So what's the Milky Way? Is that maybe the heifer's, right, cow's milk, right? Everybody should drink that. Vaccine means cow. Anybody ever seen or like Misery? Misery loves company. So sometimes, again, this keeps coming up too. When a mother likes to keep their children sick, I forget what that's called. Not Munchausen's. It is Munchausen's. It may be Munchausen's syndrome. That might be what it's called. Munchausen's. I think that might be it. Anyhow, so yeah, but that's like again, it's a sickness. But why? If they didn't feel loved and then they were trying to like, great, I don't, whatever that is in that they have a sickness. It's a parasite, right? There's like three witches fighting over one eyeball. And didn't Hercules 12 labors. I think Hercules tricked the witches, right? And then threw their eyeball. If I'm not mistaken. Cyclops. Odin got one eye. Where's the other eye? So sometimes again when people have made it like, oh, I've done all these things and I just don't understand how come they're not better or why they don't just ABC or blah 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 blah. Them the witches and them warlocks and them motherfuckers. They're the ones that have been plotting and planning the whole time. And also, like, right, a lot. I love you, doctors, but a lot of doctors, lawyers, etc. Who are they working for? What's going on? What's their incentive? Again, ask yourself this when you before you go to ask somebody else for advice. Are they in the business of actual healing? Not what you've been told. Listen to your doctor and go to the doctor and da 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 dee dee dee. Okay, but now let's take things into actual reality and real perspective of, again, our bodies know how to heal themselves, and lots of things that we don't understand our bodies do, and we're like, oh whoa, and whatever. We don't, right? Hindsight's always 2020. So if we keep poking at things before we get there, it's like, yo, leave shit the fuck alone. Allow things to fucking breathe and be. If you keep touching things and poking at them, they're not able to grow. They're going to keep, right, like a plant and whatever, it's going to keep, right, like fish in the water. Anything that you get, right, man keeps trying to touch and poke and prod and peer and seek and find and take and want, desire, right, the drive that goes, like, and Mars is the right driving force, and Mars backwards is the right RAM, memory. So if he's just boom, like Metatron, flying through everything, making sure everything is exact and precise and etc., right, now he's to be able to come back home. So anybody fucking with that, yo, it's like keep your hands and feet in the cart at all times. Because if you so much as energetically sneeze or have a little hair twitch of leave shit the fuck alone. Ain't none of you got business fucking poking around on the moon or in Mars or any asteroid or in the earth we live upon if you haven't been given permission by Gaia Spirit and the Mother Father divine universal system that we all come from. There's a specific vibration. It's like red light, yellow light, green light. So do you follow that flow, or you say fuck it half the time and just say, it don't matter anyway, I'm gonna touch it, I'm gonna go. Okay, well, ho ho ho, now you fucking oh. So whatever debt you owe to the devils now is fucking due. And you ain't gonna blame any of us, motherfucking. You decided to use your free will to make those choices and decisions, bitch crew. You don't get to throw your karma on us and mask males, human males that decided to, like, you want to pick me, you want to pick me, bitch, and you want to find one, and you want to make women feel like they're supposed to. That's, again, no, I'm not saying anything bad about marriage. I love all our women, all our men, and again, when you love somebody, but the word marriage, the word engage, the word intercourse, sex, sacred energy exchange. When we hold a vibration creates form, right? The word is with God, and God is the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God, right? So inside, but that's not even the true first meaning. They altered and changed that, right? The altar boys. And what did all them do? The Pope, all the Catholic, Roman Catholic, etc. Which, again, I ain't banging, I ain't banging, meaning shooting at none of you, meaning okay, this go again, take what resonates and leave the rest. And if it applies, yo, you better take a look inside your own chest and what you invested in and upon. You don't get to make ultimatums and come after and say you're going to make threats and all this extra fucking bullshit. sets. So the Catholic Church, how long? How long? They've been raping little boys, using organs and blood sacrifices, and keeping the divine feminine buried. Just go into what the Moors, the golden tablets, uh, Mormons. There's just so many things. So anyway, whatever. Again, no specific. It's just whoever and whatever and blah, 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 blah. Good and bad in every, as far as like negative and positive vibrations are going. And people that are either genuine and authentic or people that motherfucking are immature and fucking suck. Which is okay. We all go or end up or be that way sometimes. So, but right, eventually one needs to take accountability and be responsible for the bills, the bullshit that they've caused, the Bolsheviks, the bullshit. So you want to run around like bulls and cows, shitting and bullshitting and etc. Right? And we got all the heifers that like, right? Again, running after our bulls. So how does that make us feel? Like, so you all treat our men like a piece of meat, just like you treat us, and then we get looked at like we're bitches. We're not coming from a place of like, how we even look at our like we love you, divine masculines. We know what that's like. We don't like being treated that way. We don't want you to be treated that way either. By another dude, by some fucking stupid bitch and their mother, by their fucking whatever. And it's sad because we even understand the emotional attachments and why you even would feel excited about that, because being in that environment and being right told that you're not right, you're like, again, right, you're dumb, you're just supposed to right take care of whatever the fuck they tell you to take care of. This is, I'm talking about slave plantation, this plantation politics, plantation prostituting, right, and all this shit. Spartacus, Mandingo, however we want to look at it. Oh, white men get more excited about the black men than their cousin wives they married to try to take over everybody's land in the first place. So right, when somebody like psychologically has been right made to be some kind of right like enslaved slave, feel stuck somewhere, and then the excitement that they get from somebody, they feel like right, what they shouldn't do something, it's wrong, but the bitch tells them if they don't do it, they're gonna say it's rape. So now, right, sex feels good, right? So there's these confusing things going on. It's like raping a child. There's confusing things going on because it feels good, but they know they're not supposed to do it. But then also, right, doesn't it feel so good being sneaky and getting away from with something, especially from someone that is repressing you, and then that you see is being mean to right the woman too. So then you feel bad for her, but that bitch is a fucking witch times two. So this is how fucked up are our men, and black men isn't just black skin. That's divine. We're from the divine within, from triple darkness. So or from the soils of the earth, the God King. So when others are jealous and they just want to bonk them on the head and then take what they right, take take something that's theirs instead, their heart, their love. Like again, King Tut's heart, gone. The soul, the heart stays in the body in Egypt, right? So that the soul could find its way back to the body in the afterlife. Emerald tablets of Thoth. Where's King Tut? part. Because the original tablets were emerald anyway. So I don't know. All I do know is it's time to go. What a show. Oh my goodness. Yo. So thanks for hanging out. I'm just peeking to see because now it's pretty clear out there. I don't see no comments still. I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go outside and take a look, see, and the walk. And I thank you so much for hanging out. This was a fucking ride and a half, right? I don't know how many portals, stargates, and uh seals we just busted through. Wormholes. And remember too, right? Nibiru, Planet X. Be very wary of the bitter waters of wormwood. So that means of us feeling bitter, being bitter bitches, bitter bums. And there's a lady that says that. So, but right, like when we listen to, I love her. What's her unique and unapologetic? I fucking love you. Oh, if you don't know who she is, unique and unapologetic. I think LLC she might have. Oh boy, do I love that mommy. So to personally thank you, like truly. Oh, got numb. I have goosebumps. My hands just turned freezing cold. I really, I'm like, yeah, look, spirit's like, love, 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 love. The spirits love you too. Truly. Yeah. I don't, wow, wow, wow. Really coming through for you. I don't know what they, I got, I'm like, I just went outside in the snow. All right. On to go. Anyhow, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And this was a fun channeling. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, like Shakespeare said, the whole world is a stage. And that's the same author that wrote the King James Version of the Bible today. Bacon. Wee. Later, tribe. I'm going to come back and do a quick fairy thing.